I hope I did everything right. Oh.
It says live, so I think we're live. Morning, everybody. No
um,
intros, I guess, from what I was told. So,
oh yeah, no intro
how's
music, no
how's
countdown.
how's everybody's Sunday so far? Uh, Mine's been great. Had a great breakfast that I teased Elle with before going live.
Yes.
Yeah,
Unfortunate, because I didn't have time to eat this morning.
yeah,
And I
that's,
love me some eggs.
yeah. I sent you a picture of my big breakfast I made. So, just to just to bug you, just to
But I
torture
do
you.
have, for after the show, I have my heating blanket all ready
Mm-hmm.
to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to slide in that thing and see
Yeah,
you guys next week.
next week. Yeah, that's it. Cocoon stage, like just put on your shows and yeah. Yeah.
So let's just get it out the way now. So you guys might have noticed that Sergio hasn't been around lately, and unfortunately, the pink eye is back. How long it's gonna last this time, I'm not sure. It got pretty nasty last time, so but we are. Oh, your beard looks good. A little
It-
compliment in
I'm
between.
getting thanks, Mel. I'm getting ready to shave it off, so yeah.
So we are postponing the nerdies until it clears up. So we want him to be able to read the screens. And just in general, just good vibes his way. He's fine though. He'll be all right. I don't want to put all his business out here, but it is double pink eye.
That's what you get when you come on our show.
Yeah.
Come on the Pink Buzz, you get
Yeah.
pink eye.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, I think y'all show might have been the last
Uh,
one
Thing
of
he
the last
recorded?
things he did. Yeah. He did your
Oh
show,
well.
and then I think the next morning he did Chillmonger's show, and we
Okay.
haven't seen him since.
Uh, well, I
Mm.
just wish Sergio the best. I hope he recuperates quickly, so it doesn't linger too long. And
Boy,
yeah.
got mutant pink eye. He's had it so much that it's just red eye now. It's
it's it's mutated into Cyclops pink eye. Like he's got one eye in the middle of his forehead.
oh, ew. It
Yeah,
fused.
yeah, it fused.
And good morning to Tara,
Mm.
Sheena. Yeah, the S word's not here today. Elwood. Oh, what's he watching on YouTube? My sons are obsessed with liminal space videos and backdoors. That's all they talk about all day long is backdoor. A60, all the different variants. I don't know what any of it means. I tried to Google it one time and I said, they'll probably adjust later on in life.
Mm. Mm.
I think she's talking to me. I am well, Mel. Phil.
Yeah,
As you guys might recall, Phil last week he couldn't get the Poe helmet off, so he's been wearing it to work every day for the
every
last
day. Yeah,
week.
I saw that he had a Pokemon. Yeah,
Oh, a Teletubby.
was it Tele? Oh, that's what it was. Teletubby,
Yeah.
not Pokemon. Yeah, yeah. I never.
Princess, happy belated birthday. I think that's. I'm probably skipping. Juan, we've acknowledged the pink eye. Red eyed, no flight. Not compromised eye conditions.
Yeah.
Phil rocking the Poe. So today we're just gonna be like super chill. Joe has found himself with a little bit of pink throat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I almost canceled Friday too. I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to do our show on Friday, so I was like, oh. Then yeah, the miracles of pills, man. Just pop those pills. Get
uh-oh.
you through. Get you through.
Not that we
You know,
condone it.
but nothing serious. Just ibuprofens.
All street legal.
Yeah. Go to
They
the
tried to get
pharmacy.
me with that one time. They like after I had my youngest son,
Yeah.
I sent my husband into the pharmacy to pick up the ibuprofen 800, and they were
Hmm.
like, "We can't give pain medication to the person it's not prescribed to." And I was like, "My vagina just fell out. Like I don't want to walk in the store." And they were like, "We can't do it." So I just told them, I'm like, "Just pick up some regular ibuprofen. I'll just take 4."
Yeah, that's what I did. I took 4.
Yeah.
Man, I'm good for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I could power. I could get a solid 3 hours out of 4 ibuprofens. With a little bit of tea on the side,
Yeah.
Warm liquids helps keep the.
Do you guys have Theraflu up there?
The what?
Theraflu?
What's that?
It's like a cold medicine, but it's like a powder. Like it tastes like tea, like hot tea.
Possibly. I don't. The only thing I really ever take is NyQuil and ibuprofen.
So I don't take any cold medicines because I don't like the way it makes me feel. It gives me anxiety. It makes me, the decongestant in it.
Yeah.
And so I usually stay away from it. But some Theraflu, not for the health benefits. I just like the way it tastes.
Yeah.
It tastes so good.
I get addicted. That's the weirdest thing to get addicted to.
Theraflu, the nighttime one. It's like this like lemon, like a hot lemon tea. It's so good.
Yeah. I take the NyQuil like if I have to, because the next day I don't know, it does weird things to my stomach and
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel all weird the next day.
Especially NyQuil. I can't.
Yeah.
It gives me TMI, diarrhea. I cannot take NyQuil.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't give me that, but it's weird. Like it fucks up my digest. Like my system's all out of whack the next day. So yeah. But this morning, man, I blew my nose, and when you're congested, and all of a sudden, whoa, it comes out. And it's like, oh, thank God, the floodgates have opened.
I weirdly didn't blow my nose for years. Like I would not blow my nose. I would just dab at whatever was there. And then I started blowing my nose like 2 or 3 years ago. Game changer. I'm like, oh.
What? You never? Oh.
No, it grossed me out.
I do the whatchamacallit, the rinses there.
Oh, yeah, the neti pot?
Saline, where you just run the water. I do those. Yeah, that helps a little bit too.
You can't. Can you feel that inside of your head, or is it
inside of your head?
I don't know. It creeps me out.
Do it in the shower, and it goes. Then it comes out. Then you do half a bottle on one side. You put it on the other, and the water shoots out of the other side, and it just helps clean out your sinuses.
Yeah, because my sinuses are awful. Like I'm pretty sure I need to get like that corrective, the deviated
surgery. Yeah. A lot of people have that.
Swirls in your brain. Yeah.
Swirls, yeah. Clears
I imagine it's like a flushing feeling, like when you flush the toilet inside of your head.
The brain start coming out the other side of your nose.
It comes out of your eyeballs and shit. Like that creeps me out.
Yeah. Oh, I've had it where when you blow your nose and you can feel air coming out like the side of your eye. When you're so congested.
How hard are you blowing?
I want to get that. Man, it's horrible having blocked sinuses, man.
No, it is.
Yeah. Or out of your ear, you get the air coming out of your ear a little bit, Yeah.
Figure drawing. Sorry, Shadow. We are a comic book show.
Yeah. A lot of people want us to get to the comics now. They're sick of hearing about colds and stuff.
So yeah, the Nerdy's postponed. We'll let you guys know when we settle on a date if we settle on a date for it, or if we're gonna do something else, some kind of other situation. Yeah. But your votes are not in vain. We still have them. I change every single one to
suit your
co-host
your
of
liking.
the year. Me?
Yeah.
Me?
It better be you. I mean, you're only 2, so I hope it's you.
Yeah, you're a Oh, not the Himalayan salt snort. Does that clear up your sinus? That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Mixed with cinnamon. Somebody's gonna walk in on this and be like, "Oh, salt and cinnamon rinse, cool."
That must burn.
So very minimal effort put into this episode, guys. So we'll
this
do
is it.
Copper drop real quick.
This is it. You're looking at it. This is the show.
I don't remember.
Copper drop was Black Sun. Children of the Black Sun, actually. Yeah. I had to double dip on this one. Yeah, because I have it on my poll, and I'm not a true Wednesday warrior. I don't get to the shop every week. I usually go like every 2 to 3 weeks. So I had to buy it through Kindle, and now it's quite you can't buy Kindle books through Amazon anymore.
Nope.
I have to actually go through Kindle app. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? First, they get rid of 𝐂𝐚𝐲𝐬𝐿. Now they're fucking up Kindle. I was like, but I don't know. I'm just anyway.
So out
I
here,
digress.
it's kind of reverse. Like, I can't use Kindle to buy stuff. I have to go through Amazon web page, not app, not mobile. So I have to go through the website, and then sometimes they won't have the books in order. So I've bought 10,000 Black Feathers #4. I bought it like 2 times without realizing it. Yeah, because I guess when #2 came out, I pre-ordered #4 on accident, and then when #4 came out, I was like, oh, I haven't read it, and so I bought. So I was like, how did it even let me buy it twice? But
it's supposed to say like you bought this at a certain date. Like
yeah,
on the top, there's that little banner. Anyway, yeah, it shouldn't.
I must have been logged into a different
account.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah, because usually it's just a download. Like read now if you've bought it. Yeah. Anyway, enough about bitching about Amazon and Kindle and all that shit and 𝐂𝐚𝐲𝐬𝐿. Let's get to the book.
Prom date, Tom.
You asked me how I liked the art. Is that what you asked me?
Oh, I said how'd you like it?
Oh, how'd I like it? Period. I enjoyed it. The story's interesting. The setup is great. I'm really looking forward to issue 2. You don't know what's going on. You have the Children of the Sun, which is a black sun that came around one time and everyone goes crazy and does crazy stuff, suicide, murder, rape, whatever. They don't get into very specifics. They just say people lose their minds. 12 years later, another black sun comes. Same thing happens. And any woman that pregnant during the black sun, the kids come out with these red eyes and pale skin, almost gray-like, a gray tone. So these children are called the Children of the Sun. And this is where the story gets like, you don't know. Like, are they bad? Are they good? And that's where the mystery is in the story. And it's definitely intriguing. The art was fantastic. Love the art. Extremely simple, but the colors are so effective. Like, there's that one panel where they're sitting in class, and you have them in the middle ground, and in the foreground you have like 2 kids, but they're like in one flat, like grayish brown tone to like it creates depth of field, which is fantastic. Like the colors aren't overdone. The colors are super simple but super effective. A beautiful book. Line work is simple but still loose, and fantastic art. I love it. The book is beautiful. The story is definitely intriguing. I'd say this is a definite cop for anyone. Yeah.
And the lettering. I love the lettering in this book. The letterer, I've never heard of them before. But I'll look out for it because I'm like, for me, sometimes even if the art isn't I love the art in this one, but just for instance, sometimes if a book art-wise isn't doing it for me, the lettering can save it. And it's just clean, simple, elegant. But this I would say is a cop as well. Also, these preview pages, I pulled them before I read the book, and I'm just like, oh, look at this sweet baby angel drawing these pictures for his class. And then once you read them, I'm like, this asshole, this little
he's a little dick. But it's cool because he seems like he's worried and this and that, but he turns out just to be a jerk in the end. As you go through the story, you're like, and then you realize the 2 Children of the Sun, the younger ones who are more, they don't know what's going on or anything, they're super innocent and super nice to everyone. Then the older kids show up and be like, okay, wait a minute, you don't know what you really are. And that's where the book ends on that like cliffhanger. And now it's ready for issue 2, and you're like, oh shit, this is interesting. Like I don't know if they're just going to run with the characters like the children, or if they're going to bring back another black sun.
Oh yeah, because they kind of alluded to people were starting to act feral.
Yeah, they're starting to get twitchy because it's getting to that 12-year mark where the last one, because the first one came, and 12 years later it was the second black sun. And now it's getting to the 12-year anniversary, so they're doing like festivals and stuff, and people are getting antsy. And it's definitely, the tension in it isn't there forefront, but it's simmering in the background, like there's little things here and here that they drop that create this tension.
It definitely had like big like, you know those shows on Netflix, like the Danish ones and like the Norwegian ones? It had
Yeah.
like big those kind of vibes, like subtitled mystery thriller. Like even so, I think this translated. It feels like it. Sometimes
Ablaze is often
Italian.
European, like from Europe. So I wouldn't be surprised if I don't have it here, but isn't there a credit for a translator?
Oh, I don't have the
in the credits. I think so. I think it was translated. I think I remember seeing it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cop. This also made my weekend review. Did I read all of the books I said I would this week? No, but it was definitely one of my favorite books that I read this week.
Definitely good. Like, I was sold just from the preview pages in the previews.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, this looks like the type of thing I'm gonna love. And yeah, Ablaze, man, they're knocking it out the last couple of years, man. They've been stepping up. They made my list.
Boogeyman.
Yeah, they made my list for one of the best publishers this year. So this past year, 2022, they're stepping up, man. They're bringing that European talent over here, exposing us to a lot of creators we might not have seen unless they signed on to like Marvel, DC, or this and that. It's nice to have an outlet for us to be able to go and read some of these creators from Europe that are doing great things. So kudos to Ablaze.
Yeah, but it's funny though, because when I was reading the synopsis last week, when I was pitching it, it was like, the way it was worded was almost like they were describing like a illicit interracial relationship, like these kids born from the black. And I was like, what is this trying to say? But
yeah, they're not always very accurate, with
those, the description was like, it was just funny because like the whole thing could have been a double entendre. And so it was a really great synopsis. So kudos to whoever wrote it. And also the book on its own merit is also fantastic. Do recommend.
Very much so, yes, recommend big time.
So as it's only two of us, hold on.
Well, we both say cop, so I mean it's a non-issue, right?
Oh no, I'm talking about for the pitch.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I do have a engage with your audience, start a poll. Hold on. Cop or chop? This is about to get ridiculous. So I don't know. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you guys read the previews for next week or like what's about to drop.
I don't keep track of any of that anymore.
You don't have to engage with us. It's Juan. Chill.
I don't see what...
The comments come in faster on YouTube than on here.
I see.
Yeah, you don't have to engage with us. It's all good.
It's all, yeah. What is it like in Saturday Night Live, Mike Myers talks amongst yourselves?
Yeah.
that character he does?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, hold on. So my pitch is, and again, it's not, we don't have to go into details because I don't feel like reading a long synopsis, but Kelly Thompson, the first issue is $4.99. It's a triple size for $4.99. So you're getting like 60-ish pages. 64.
Nice. I always appreciate that.
And look at it, it's so pretty. You got a decal cover.
Who puts that out?
Image.
It's Image, yeah.
Black Cloak. They're describing it as like a saga-esque series. Versus Black Cloak. So I'm just gonna make it real easy for you guys this week. The poll is up, so however you guys want to vote.
So Black Cloak, and what's the competition?
Black Cloak.
So it's just Black Cloak?
It's 64 pages long. And because next week, little teaser, we're talking Blackula comes out, I think, on January 31st. But we're going to be talking about it next week. So I wanted to just read stuff I wanted to read next week. I'm being a little selfish. But until Sergio returns, I kind of have free reign.
She's turned it into a dictator. Yeah. There's no voting. It's Elle the dictator. This is what I say goes.
No, it's when you have a substitute teacher and you kind of, don't tell them all the rules, just some of the rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Blackula is like a proper graphic novel, so I didn't want to. If I was gonna do a copper drop, I'm like, yeah, I'll just read 2 books next week. 64 pages. Keep it easy. But also, if you don't want to read this, we can read Black Cloak also. So.
Which one?
Black Cloak.
Oh, Black Cloak. Yeah, that one,
Yeah.
or Dragula.
Or Black Cloak.
Or Black Cloak. Yeah.
Oh no! Next week's episode is mostly gonna be Blackula, but for copper drop, Black Cloak.
Okay.
Yeah,
got you.
It makes me feel free. When you're not given choices, it's a lot easier to live freely. You know what I mean? I kind of feel that. Yeah, it's Rodney Barnes and JSA. It's gorgeous. The interiors are insane. They're so good. Anyways, let's get out of here.
Yeah. They're a good team. They're a good creative team. So you can't go wrong with them.
No.
Yeah.
It looks like Black Cloak is in the lead. Now, 100% nobody's gonna vote for the second tier Black Cloak. Come on. Throw a dog a bone. Is that the saying?
I don't know if I put that on my poll. I think I passed on that one.
There wasn't a lot of number ones coming out next week that at all. And then the ones that are coming out are like not on my radar.
Yeah. Did you read? I had another one that came out last week. I didn't pick it up. Was Copley? Is that it?
Mosley?
Mosley. Yeah, that's it. Mosley. Did you read that one?
I'm assuming you're asking me because
I saw it in the New Comic Book Day post.
No, I'm just kidding.
Because that was one of the ones I have on my poll. No, it's because it's actually the ones that I have on my poll in my poll.
Uh-huh.
So I was just wondering if it was good because I know I have it sitting.
Mosley. I went through it, but I haven't read it yet.
Because that's the writer from Chew, right? That did that one.
Farmhand.
Yeah, Farmhand dude. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his stuff, so that's why I put it on my poll. So I was just wondering if it was any good.
I opened the first page and I saw an interracial couple, and I said, I'll get to this later. I don't need to see no, I'm just kidding. I don't need to see another white mom. So no, but I did catch up on 10,000 Black Feathers this week, which is fantastic. Yeah. And they're finally getting to more firm connections and ties to the other stories. So that's been really cool. Yeah. But you can still read it independently. It won't make sense, but I don't think it's supposed to make sense yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is cool to see all the little things. You know what? And I meant to ask you this before the show. Spy Superb, so I was under the impression it came out next week.
It came out just this past week.
Dark Horse sent us a PR email for it, and it said January 11th. Yeah. And so I was like, we can do an advanced review. Like, we could not worry. You know what I mean? And then I'm on Twitter, and I'm like, I see a couple people with it, and I said, well, aren't you guys special with the... And then I see it's out, and I'm like, Dark Horse, why would you lie to me? Yeah, so I was confused. I didn't know. I was going off of what Dark Horse said.
Yeah, the shop puts the orders out on Facebook, so I could go check to see what came in, and I was like, oh, Spy Superb is there. I was like, oh, I'll drop the ball on that one.
No, even the promo emails they sent us, they all said January 11th. So I'm just like, the folder that they come in, even to the drive, it came on the January 11th drive. So I was just like, okay. But then I saw Dean, I saw Norton talk about it.
Yeah, it happens on occasion where they release books early. It doesn't happen very often, but once in a while, I've seen it happen a few times.
And then I assumed because of the new year, things are... I don't know. I think end of year and beginning of year, I'm always like hesitant to be like, this is a copper drop book, because let's be real, most of the time it's just books that they keep pushing earlier in the year, and then they just never come out. Oh, you could have left the audio on. That's a paywall. That's a paywall, guys. You leave a tip and he might turn the audio on the next blow.
Yeah, just in case, I know. You never know what's gonna happen. One of the big ones, and it just explodes out of the Kleenex, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Yeah.
Just because I, again, I was kind of, I didn't do too much work. I'm gonna just go through mine real quick. I did read Trojan.
Okay, I have no clue what that is.
So, I did know that it was so it's AWA. AWA tends to do a lot of they do a lot of supernatural stuff, like subtle fair. So this is about like a dark web red room situation. She's trying to get put into a snuff film because she needs the money for her family. And the guy, the hacker, is just like, why should I help you? Like, that's like, I don't want to do that. Like, I do illegal stuff, but like, I don't do like kiddie porn and I don't do snuff rooms. Like, those are his hard limits. Like, no way. And then he's like, and why would they? He's like, you're cute, but like, who's into it? Like, what's the thing? But then it turns out, like, spoiler alert a little bit, she's like one of the most rare fairy types, and so they'll pay a lot to see her tortured. And so the book made me itchy. It made me very uncomfortable. Red rooms in general are like icky, obviously. I feel like Red Room, the book, was like did what it needed to do. The art complemented it though. In that, Lovesick is very aesthetic, in my opinion. So that kind of redeems the more lascivious things. This just made my stomach hurt, but like in a good way. Like I really liked it, but also like I didn't want to see. I don't want to.
It got a physical reaction out of you, and that's usually the sign that a book's doing its job well.
Yeah. Also, probably my sugar was low when I read it. I'd probably need. I'm like, you're eating eggs. You're like, oh, you just read this. Yeah, I read it right before the show. But yeah, it's Daniel Kraus. A big fan of his novels and his other comics. He wrote The Autumnal, and he's doing Year Zero, Volume 0 right now.
He took over that book?
For the prequel series that's out right now.
Okay, because that's Benjamin Percy originally did the first 3 arcs, I think.
And then Lacey, I've never heard of the artist, but I really like the artwork in this book.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, yeah.
And Marco Lesko, I love his coloring. And then Sal, who I feel is contractually obligated at AWA to letter their books at this point. And so then not even the number 2, just another good series. It's only Teenage Wasteland number 2. Okay. I'm not going to get too much into it because I really encourage everybody to read number 1 because the payoff in number 2 is fantastic. Totally switches genres while still staying in the same ball field.
That's cool.
And then Children of the Black Sun. So
yeah, that's good.
And because I've been trying to read like more novels.
Okay,
so, I've like just been reading books, and then I was like, oh yeah, I do a comic book show. Let me read some comic books.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a trend that's happening, but I think a lot of people have been cutting back on their comics in the last year and a half. I think it's a trend that's coming, and we're gonna maybe touch on that a little bit next Friday. So, but I think that's just a reflection of the industry and where it's at right now. So. Yeah.
And the cost of things.
It's going up.
Now. It's
like a digital comic on Kindle costs as much as the physical copies now. You used to save a little bit if you bought it digitally, and that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, and then even like with knowing who to even, and again, surprise, I think I'm on that episode of Pink Buzz on Friday.
Yeah, you're supposed to. If you're still on board, we had you slated.
As long as you're not contagious.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that.
You should cough through the screen I have like a 4D screen, so
yeah, kind of like the Shrek. The Shrek at Universal Studios. Did you ever go there?
Yeah.
When he sneezes and the seats have the mister. Oh, that was awesome. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about the cost of eggs down here. And the egg prices haven't gone up where I'm at right now, but I remember like a week ago, my sister-in-law was posting about, conserving eggs and stuff. And I'm like, for what? Like, it's just an egg. It's okay. But for me, I love eggs so much. I don't see price. I just see I need eggs. So I haven't even been paying attention. And then I saw, I keep seeing today people like, oh, it's $8 for a carton. And I'm like, is it
What the
really?
fuck? US?
Yeah. For an
Holy
18?
shit. Us, it's like butter's gone up a lot. It's almost $8 Canadian for a brick of butter.
Mm-hmm.
Like us, butter's gone up. Salad, lettuce is crazy. It's the most expensive thing in the fruits and vegetables right now.
Really?
It's insane. Yeah. It's weird. Some things how they go up in price. I don't understand it.
So luckily, my husband he used to do like like QA stuff for like tech stuff and apps and video games, but he kind of sideways like his way into produce. So he does the same thing, but at a produce distribution center. And so when I tell you I haven't bought fresh vegetables in a while because they just bring them home. And I've tried so many different things because of that. So like lettuce is how much? Because I just get it by the crate.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I know the heart of romaine, like the 3-packs there you get, like the heart of romaine is usually a little more expensive. I think it was up to like $12 a pack for 3. I was like, that's insane. Like.
Yeah, where I live, eggs are still like $2 or $3. So yeah. It hasn't hit us yet.
Same here. It hasn't hit here either. But we have a lot of people that just have their own chickens all around where I live, where they just they sell their own chicken coops in the backyard type things. So it won't be an issue here. We have tons of people.
Now chicken wings are like scarce, and I also feel like they taste different. And I know some people in the chats probably don't eat meat, and I apologize, but chicken wings don't hit the way they used to. Like, they taste almost like amphibian-ish. Like, they almost have like a frog leg quality to them. I don't know. It's just, they're gross. And I haven't been able to eat like chicken wings from like the grocery store in like 8 or 9 months because they taste weird.
Yeah.
So I don't believe the chickens are real anymore. I've lost all faith in chickens.
They're spliced with frogs, so they're smaller and take up less room. You don't have to feed them as much.
Because I remember I was like, is it me? I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I thought, your palate changes, and I'm like, do I have COVID? Am I pregnant? Like, what's going on? It's like, no, it's the chicken. It's the chicken.
It's the chicken, yeah. Maybe that's why there's no more eggs. Because they're like frog chickens.
Yeah, non-organic eggs are like $2 or $3. I don't care where the egg comes from. I'm gonna be real with you. As long as I can eat it running.
Yeah.
Chickens are a government conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Talked about recession and food prices, the inflation of food prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
we cut tangents, man. We go on. You don't know what we're going to talk about. Tune in, man. We might be talking. Who knows what we'll talk about?
Comic books, obviously.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So this book is a blast. Magical Beatdown. This is the 3rd volume by Jen Woodall. She's originally from the Maritimes, and I believe she lives in Toronto now. So Serge should try getting her. You guys should try getting her on the show. It's really cool.
The first 2 volumes. I haven't read the 3rd.
And what's great about this is she uses 2 colors. She uses blue and pink.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's in her, basically, I'll read you what the book is. How they describe in the descriptions when they advertise the book. It's a Magical Beatdown by Jen Woodall. It's a hyper-violent street harassment revenge fantasy in the style of Sailor Moon. About an average schoolgirl who transforms into a foul-mouthed and rage-fueled magical girl. Watch in awe as she swiftly disposes of street harassers and uses her array of magical weapons to rid her of these nuisances. And it's a pretty accurate description.
That's funny because I'm in reverse. I start off as a foul-mouthed.
Yeah, but you see, that's the blue. In this shot, the blue, when she's not in her magical form where she fights people, it's all blue. Then when she transforms, all the pages turn to the pink hue, like when she's in her, which is really cool. So you're reading in the beginning, it's all blue, and all of a sudden, boom, she transforms. Like I got a page here where she transforms on her bike. Like it's cool. And then like she's transforming.
The first 2 volumes are also on Hoopla in case you guys don't have access.
And then it goes to pink like that. No blacks, no. It's a really cool, and it's digest size. It isn't very big, so it's like a digest size. It's a really fun, quick read. If you like violent indie comics,
but cute,
cute, yeah, but cute, like adorable. So cute. Yeah, it is. It is like relationships. It's kind of like it's almost got like a Scott Pilgrim kind of vibe to it too. I find a little bit like in relationships, trying to date the. You know, you got a crush, and then all of a sudden, all this shit happens, and they start fighting. So it's kind of
by the same creators. I would probably liken it more to Snot Girl.
Snot Girl, I haven't read that yet.
Oh, just.
So I should read it then.
Well, Snot Girl is more of like a slice of life, I think.
Okay.
But
yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. There's one. I'll see if I can just find it. Yeah, like she rips the dude's head in two.
But cute.
With her bare hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pink makes it super cute and adorable, you know? Like, how could it not be cute if it's in pink? Yeah, and then she, like, slices, like, spoilers, all the good stuff, you know? Slices the guy. It's got that kind of manga feel to it, too. And then, like, she slices the guy's face. You see she slashes him. Right there. And then later on, it's, like, a lot of action. It's fun. Then his, like, face falls off. You see, like, oh... It's good stuff like that. I mean, really fun. Definitely go pick it up. I highly recommend this one. It's a little pricey for the size of it and everything, but it's a good time.
Yeah, I like randomly came across the first 2 volumes like last year on Hoopla.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? And then I read it and I was like, nobody's talking about this. This is amazing. It was so like unique.
Yeah,
and then with the color scheme and everything was dope.
That's what got me. Like the covers are fantastic. Like I think I sent you. Did you load all 3 covers?
No.
Okay, just because I gave you anyway. It doesn't matter. But I saw the covers and I got
sent them to you.
Yeah, dropping the ball.
I said it's super loose, super chill. Come on now.
Yeah. Anyway. I got sold just on the covers, and then I read what it's about, and I was like, "Oh, this sounds cool." So, yeah.
I was like, because I love the art so much. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna let my daughter read this." And then there was like one page where I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll wait a year."
A year or so, yeah.
I'll wait a year.
No, she's a little older, yeah.
Yeah. I think she can handle it, but I just don't.
See, like
I
that?
want to feel like a kind of a decent mom, you know.
See that cover there doesn't do it justice because the pink is a little too red. It's really pink, like.
Yeah, it's. I love the color that it actually is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really pink, you know. Like that's more like the pink that you get in the book from that pick. Fantastic stuff. The art's great. Yeah, and it's definitely like a commentary on like sexual harassment and stuff like that, but done in like. That's heavy-handed, but the way it's handled is almost funny and kind of like, all right.
It's like what you wish you could do, but...
Wish you could do, but you can't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it, right?
Yeah. I know a few Twitter bros that I would... No, I'm just kidding. That's premeditated. Did you read Dead Boy Detectives last week?
No, but I'm really interested in that. I know... All these Sandman universe stuff is all getting hardcover releases, so I'll probably pick it up when the hardcover comes out. Because I saw Country, what is it? The James Tynion
Nightmare Country.
The hardcovers solicited now. So I bought the floppies for that. But like I said, I'm cutting back on my floppies, and I'm just going to get like hardcover releases when they come out and stuff. So I saw that it was... Yeah, but it looks good. Did you get it? Did you read it?
Yeah, I was like minding my own business the other day, like a couple days ago, and my husband is like, "Hey, I was thinking about there's a couple things I need to pick up from the comic shop." Mind you, he doesn't ever say, "Let's go to the comic shop."
Okay.
because he knows, like, be ready. And
Yeah.
so I was like, what do you need from the comic shop? Like, he was like, oh, there's this book that came out, I don't know, Dead Boy Detectives. And I was like, have you ever watched my show before? Like, I definitely had it in my review. And he was like, no. He doesn't. And then he said, what was the other book he said? Oh, he said he wanted to get the is it a hardcover for Rogues that came out? Or is it
Oh, it
a...
must be. Yeah, they must have, because that's Black Label often puts
Yeah.
out hardcovers, so I'd assume it's a hardcover.
And he
Yeah.
was like, Rogues. I said, the heist book? And he just looked at me and walked away. And I was like, oh, I mean, I'm sorry. I talk comics every week on his show. I know what I'm talking about. He was like, no, I don't want to hear it. Like, but I was like, I'm like, you want to go to the comic shop? Okay. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been in a minute.
He's got to put money aside then.
Yeah, that's like an end of the month.
You're gonna blow the mortgage. Yeah, you're gonna blow this month's mortgage.
Nah. That's like a next week trip.
Yeah.
Let me get down all the hardcovers and volumes I've been having an eye out on.
So this came out maybe 2-3 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Came out in December. So I went and hit up the comic shop just before Christmas, so I got like a month's worth of books. So I'm always behind about 2 weeks to a month. Firstborns. Anyone that knows, I'm a fan of heavy metal drummer. And this is the Pleskins wrote this with the same artist that did heavy metal drummer, Lucas Vasallo, whatever, if I pronounce it properly. So it's the same creative team minus the Kiefer, the other writer that did heavy metal. He's not on this one. But the story is about the young kid that's getting bullied, and this meteorite hits the earth, and it seems like it's gonna, you touch it and it'll give him some kind of powers, and then it just like, and then the story ends as it just starts to get interesting, which is why I'm starting to get sick of floppies. Mm-hmm. You read that first issue and you're waiting until the end for it to be good, and then all of a sudden, I gotta wait a month. And that's starting to annoy me. So that's why I'm starting to get off the floppy thing. Because this book had a lot of build up, which was good. I love their stuff. They did the Gatherer, and what was the other one they did? Purple Oblivion. The writers.
Girls, I think, right? Oh, the writers.
Yeah, the writer did Purple Oblivion.
Oh, so, I loved Purple Oblivion.
Yeah, so it's the same writers. And
they weirdly re-released. Is it because of the Sumerian? They wanted the Sumerian stamp on it.
Early on, Behemoth had this thing. They did it with Osaka Mine, where they put out these books straight in trade. Like you bought the whole story in trade. Yeah, I got
Purple Oblivion as a trade like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I think the print runs, they were really low print runs. So and the book sold really well. So they could have done way better with them if they would have had better forecasting for the numbers. So I think that's why maybe Sumerian's trying to be like re-release these things. It's been long enough. They re-release them to try to make maybe some money back, because they underestimated the numbers they were going to do with those books. So I believe that's probably why. Yeah.
I do have to say, one of my least favorite marketing techniques right now are like those fake day in the life vlogs. Like they're like little TikToks of let me do an unboxing of all the books I ordered from TKO today. I'm like, girl, you did not order that. We know you work for the marketing department.
Yeah.
I'm like, but they put out so many of them, and I'm like, you're wrong audience. Like I get what you're trying to do, but that's not your audience. That's not who are buying these books.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, I thought Purple Oblivion was a new book and was popping off about it. Joe's like, yeah, I read that 2 years ago. Yeah, I got it like 2 years. And you know what? I think even when I got it, I was like, this is amazing. And then the other one too, the VHS one, what's it called? The
VHS, it's just, I have them right here.
Those were fantastic.
Found footage.
Found footage.
Yeah, I have right just that. I'll go grab it, yeah.
Those are some of my favorite, and the packaging, because it really came in like a VHS thing, and then you get the stickers on it, and it was really cool.
Yeah, they made it like VHS style. It's in a slipcase that's just like a VHS tape. Pull it out.
Mm-hmm. And some of them are like the one I got was like signed, no extra charge, and it's cool because it's sideways. Yeah.
Yeah, sideways like landscape, and you just read through it like that.
And a deeply uncomfortable reading experience.
Yeah. Like Behemoth was doing some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, and I think that's why they didn't know who their market was, who was going to get on board, and everyone just ate it all up. And I think they were too conservative with their estimates and their numbers, and maybe they lost out on a lot of revenue early on that they could have cashed in on.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And my last one, which is a fun one. Yeah, finally came in. This is big. This is the legendary edition of King Ghidorah. Yeah, it's done in the 1117 format, which is what that's the format that comic artists work on. So it's production size, black and white. Great book, man. Like this, when you buy original art, this is the size you get. So
Juan said, "Can you color it?"
Yeah. Well, if you go buy it, you can. So this finally came in just a little bit before Christmas, so I got my hands on that. I was really disappointed. I didn't think I was going to get it because at my comic shop, sometimes Scout stuff comes in, sometimes it doesn't. So super happy that actually arrived, and love it.
We love a wholesome, self-aware kaiju with the little crotch cover.
Yeah, it's a great, great book. Like many of you have probably already read it when it came out. What is it? Almost a year and a half ago now, a year ago. It's a great
Marco,
book.
I love his art style.
Yeah, Marco's awesome. Great, fun guy. He posts a lot on Instagram. Great follow on Instagram. So go follow that guy on Instagram. I read his Pentagram of Horrors. Was a series he put out just last year, which was great. It's like an anthology. Each issue is a different story. That was a great one too. Go check that out. Marco is a great artist. And,
so many good spreads in that one too.
Yeah. So go check his stuff out. It's definitely worthwhile. And I was super stoked to get that. And, yeah. So if you can't afford actual like original art, I think companies should start putting out more of these for books because it's a good way for fans to go get like bigger reproductions, you know, like because like I don't know how much Marco sells his pages for, but original art like a page can go from $150 to $300 easy. So not everyone has that kind of money to throw around. And, yeah, so that's a good compromise getting a book like that.
I know from I forgot what book it was, but I can't remember what it was, but there was this one page I was like, oh, like I need this, and I saw like Cadence had put it up, and I went there and I saw the price and I said, just kidding, print this page off the internet. I said I would love to have that, but I think the one piece of art, original art, that I would like kill to have is that like it was like a heavy marker for Lovesick #2, the Danny cover.
That Danny, yeah, that's a nice one.
But yeah. Luana, the first go through where it's just all ink. I love that version of the cover. I would love to have that, or even as a print on her shop or something. So good.
I wonder if this whole AI art shit, if that's gonna make prices jump a bit for original art.
Well, I saw recently like a post that was like somebody being let go because they decided it was like cheaper to go the AI route.
Yeah.
Like a company.
For a company, an actual publisher?
Yeah.
Comics?
No, I don't think it was comics, but it was like somebody in the community who had retweeted the thread.
Okay.
And I was like, oh. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do use the AI art generator, but I do it to do funny stuff like Steve Harvey dressed up like Big Bird. Just because I think some of it is funny, like, but like to try to pass it as like original art is silly.
Yeah. So I think people who work traditionally, I think they have like a leg up right now because they have proof, right? They do it all traditionally, so they can be like, look, I drew this by hand. Whereas now, how is someone that works digitally going to prove that they actually did it, or if it was AI? Like,
I
it's going to
see
be
my
hard.
hands.
It's going to be hard.
It's gonna
Yeah, I
be in my
know.
hands.
Because, you know, you have, but I'm sure the AI could do, like, where they
Once it
record their
learns it,
steps.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like, I'm sure you could fake that too with AI, you know? So,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's going to get dicey, I think, for some people. It's going to turn a lot of people off, like
Mhm.
digital art. They'll be like, I don't know if you're the real thing or not.
I had a
Like,
friend recently tell me they were like, one time I had a full conversation with you using a chatbot. And I said, now why would you, number one, admit that? Number two, damn, why me? Like, did I do something? And I was like, well, guess what? They know you because I sure never noticed that I wasn't chatting to a person.
yeah, but it can compile so much information, like, so
Hmm.
quickly. Yeah, patterns and this and that, and just, yeah.
You might be a chatbot. We don't know. The cough, you
Hmm.
learned it.
Yeah, yeah,
You learned the sore throat.
yeah, exactly. I wish I could just turn it off. Boop, gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to read more like novels, and
Novels, yeah.
I read somewhere recently, uh it was like it was a review for this book. I forgot, it was something Stephen King had posted, and like the author was this Alice, not Alice. I forget her name, but When No One's Around, that's the name of the book. And somewhere like deep buried down in the comments, somebody responded to the tweet like, made me believe that interracial relationships should be banned, but not in a racist way. And I was like, add to library. I was like, I gotta know what this is about.
What it's about?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
try to find like the shittiest reviews for books, and then that's usually how I build my to read list. Because I just think it's, there was one today, somebody posted, and I followed him, and he followed back, and it was like he only posts his 1-star reviews for
Oh,
his
okay.
book, and I
Yeah.
said, add to library.
Yeah. I could see maybe they're going with the angle of like purists, like you want to keep your culture and everything, like you don't want to mix because then you lose kind of the ancestry of the culture and everything, and
Uh-oh,
then
Joe. Now, they were just talking about because it was supernatural. They were, yeah.
okay. But I mean, some people are like, you know, like
No, I
Jewish people
hear
marry
you.
Jewish people. They
Yeah,
want to keep it,
no.
you know. Some people are like that, you know. So maybe that's the angle they were
No,
going by.
no, it
Yeah.
was it was just because it was
Is
and
it supernatural?
And
Okay.
Kindred just came out, the TV show based on, Octavia's book, and that deals with interracial dealings
Mhm.
in supernatural way too. So it was
Okay.
just like, I'm starting to think interracial relationships should just be illegal.
Should be illegal, yeah. I don't think it should be illegal, but I could see how people like want to keep. Some people are big on that, like you know, like their past and their history, and like, oh, you got to keep it alive, you know. And it's like, whatever. I've got so many different racial backgrounds in my
Yeah.
history that I mean, I whatever. I could just pick from 5 or 6 different ones that are in my blood. So, I mean, what
I know my biological mom, she might pass away if they outlaw interracial relationships.
she might pass away.
Yeah. She
Why
can't
is
live
that?
without a without BBC. My mother from the 𝐬𝐭𝐸𝐲𝐬𝐿 Mountains. Uh,
Yeah.
Not Danielle Steele, Dean, but I did read that series, the Inheritance Games series, because I don't like to read anything with too much gravitas. Starting off the new year, I like to get in as many books right away as possible. And so I'm reading this YA series, The Inheritance Games, and it's so dumb, but they're like fun little reads or whatever. So
Yeah.
not VC Andrews, not Danielle Steele, but close. And you know what? I did end up getting like a couple more Colleen Hoover books, but I promise you, I read the first page and I couldn't commit. They got returned to the library. I'm like, I can't do this. This isn't my life. But I love a good like vacation thrill read. Nothing too heavy, but I'm reading like Ashley Flowers' book right now. She's like the host of Crime Junkie. And then I opened the book and there's like a ghostwriter. I was like, Ashley, all you had to do was write a fictional story. You tell these stories every day on the show, but a ghostwriter? So it feels kind of, I don't know. But also, she's been accused of plagiarism a lot in the past, so I thought it was funny that she would have a ghostwriter.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, plagiarize or this and that more than that's anyone would even could imagine.
I just say more Shrek,
Yeah.
More original Shrek content.
Mm.
Shrek is like my lucky charm. That movie, one of the movies have always been playing at like auspicious times in my life. So
there you go.
So guys, that's it probably.
We're not going to cover the Spy Supreme?
Oh, you could talk about it if you want.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I
read it.
Any slides, yeah.
I read it for the show, so.
Oh yeah, go ahead. In our advanced review.
Our advanced, not so advanced review.
Our post.
Our belated review.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Matt Ken, right, with his wife who works with him on all his books, does the coloring for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spy. Guess what? It's a spy book. Like this dude must be the biggest James Bond fan there ever was because he loves to write spy books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many does he have under his belt now?
1. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he did a James Bond. Didn't he do a run on James Bond? He did the...
Apache Delivery Service was kind of spy adjacent. He was kind of, I feel like...
Did he do one called adjacent. Bang, or what was it called? For Boom? Did he do a spy book for Boom?
You're onto something. I could see it in my head. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the cover, you see the guy's hand. I'm pretty sure that was him. So he definitely has a history of spy stuff. And this is definitely not a serious take on the spy genre, but more like a goofy kind of happenstance. This guy falls into it in goofy ways. And from a series of mishaps, ends up winning. When he doesn't even realize he's in a fight. What's his name? Jerry? Larry? What was that his name? Wally?
Jerry?
I don't remember.
Was it Jerry?
I don't remember. But the main characters gets dragged into being a spy without knowing it. And, it made me bang. That's it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Bang and Super Spy. Yeah, he's written a lot of spy stuff. So that's his... I think if he could get a job writing a screenplay for a James Bond movie, he'd be in heaven. That'd probably be his dream job. Yeah. Ooh,
the prices are... I didn't know they were costing that much.
And so this book, it's a humorous take on the spy genre. The whole time I was reading it, it made me think of like movies like Naked Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scenarios are so goofy and everything. It's just a funny. The tone is good. He gets a good tone, just enough silliness and everything. So yeah. So I mean, it was a fun read. I'm not into the spy stuff, but I wasn't dissuaded. Like it definitely made me curious for the next issue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that panel when they opened the trunk was fantastic.
Yeah. Like then page, you switch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see the feet, and then you're like, oh, yeah, it was good. Yeah.
But I'm a big fan too of when they work together art-wise. I loved Art and Fear Case. Oh no, that wasn't. That was who did the art for that? That was Jenkins or who did Fear Case?
Fear Case?
It was Matt and...
It was Matt, yeah. It was Matt Ken was the writer, and I don't know who the artist was. I don't remember.
I think it was the Jenkins, yeah, another couple. Or are they a couple, or are they brother and sister?
Oh,
or are they both?
Sorry.
We may never know.
I don't want to make any assumptions here. Maybe I'm pretty sure it's his wife, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, and then Apache Delivery. I just wish more people had read that last year. It was such a well done 4-issue, neat, tight series. It has a great depiction of unwarranted arrogance. I mean, I usually see that on Sundays.
It's put out by Dark Horse. He has a long-standing relationship with Dark Horse, so
Spoiler Kings. You guys be on the lookout for the Spoiler Queens episode where we critique a Spoiler Kings episode.
That would be hilarious, actually. I would definitely love to see that. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, that would be good. So yeah, man, that's I don't know. I had read it, so I thought we were doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, I got so discouraged when I was like, I really thought I was on top of the game. I thought this book came out. I don't want to expose Dark Horse, but y'all did send us an email saying January 11th.
Yeah, but it happens on occasion where like I said, where they release it a week early. Image has done it a few times with some of their books, and I think it has to do with the printers, right?
Yeah.
Like if the printers, they could have held off for a week, and been like just kept it in storage, but then who knows what the hell will happen? Might as well get it into stores, cash in before something bad can happen, and yeah.
Cash in. You know, I watched. Did you watch 𝐬𝐸_SCOPE yet?
No, not yet. I've been catching up on a series I'm not sure I like yet. Is Succession.
Oh, I love Succession.
Yeah, I've been having long discussions with Mel through DMs about that show, and I hated it. Like the acting is superb, all the actors are great, and I was like, man, if their helicopters or planes would go down with the whole family in it, that'd be a great ending to the show.
Yeah,
because despicable characters, every single one of them.
Yeah,
like there's not a good apple in the bunch.
What I love about Succession though is all these people are awful, and then like one episode you're like, you see there's a little glint, a little tiny morsel of redeemable quality in somebody, and then promise in 5 minutes it's gone. You're like, no, go ahead.
That's the sheep. That's the wolf in sheep's clothing. It's just all an act. It's a facade. Yeah, I didn't watch the 3rd season yet. I got 3 in, and now I'm
not sure if Sergio has watched Succession. I'm not quite sure, but I love Succession.
See, I was ready to quit the 2nd season, and then Jerry and Roman. I was like, whoa, this is interesting. This is it, and it got me back on the train, right? I was like, oh, maybe I won't get off this ride yet. And then they kind of it took a back seat, right, where they alluded to it a little bit. And I thought those scenes were really fun. And then the 3rd season is just like more of the same bullshit. So I was like, I'm 3 episodes in, and I haven't watched another episode yet of.
That's a show I don't mind watching week to week because it gives me a breather. Like, okay, bye. Like, get out of here. I did watch Will Trent this week. I didn't know that they were adapting. He's a character in a lot of Karen Slaughter books. I didn't know that they were doing a TV show based on the character. So I had no expectations. So I really ended up enjoying the show. But it is weekly. So I'm like, that's, ugh.
Okay.
I like 𝐬𝐸_SCOPE, but I watched it in the most... Yeah, I watched it in a very random order too, 𝐬𝐸_SCOPE. But I will say overall, I fucking hated it. I love the heist aspect of the show, but the interpersonal relationship things, it didn't make sense. And even in order or out of order, I hated the ending. Like the actual ending, hated it. If I could go back and rewatch it, I would probably skip the last episode and just let the ending be what I want it to be in my head, because I didn't like it.
See, and another show we just started watching again was on Disney. The American Horror Story just dropped another couple seasons. So we watched season 10, which was they split it into 2.
I've only ever seen the first 3 episodes of every season after what's the one, the carnival one, the
circus.
Yeah, after
Freak Show.
After Freak Show, I've maybe watched the first 3 episodes, and then I'm like, nah, no thanks.
But season 11 is just a straight up like murder kind of.
Okay.
It takes place in the village, the gay village, and it's about someone, and that's really good. We've been watching that one. Okay. That one's been really good.
I'm gonna give that one a go.
Yeah, that one's really good
because it's so hit or miss.
Yeah, there's no supernatural anything in it. It's just a straight up serial killer type story. Okay. So it's a nice change of pace instead of it trying to be like, oh well, this alien or this ghost or vampire. So it's a nice change of pace, and it's got a whole new cast of actors, so you don't have
Yeah.
the same actors come back. So it feels like a whole new show.
Yeah.
So season 11's been pretty good so far.
Did anybody watch 2020 on Friday? AJ did it. Allegedly. He did it though. Allegedly, I don't want to get sued. He did it though. Allegedly.
2020, that's the news show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my jam. Friday on Saturday mornings, because it airs on Fridays, but so does Dateline. So what I do is Saturday nights catch up on my murder shows, and but yeah, that kid totally did it.
Well, that's it. When I started getting sick, Pat likes all those murder shows too. I'm like, are you fucking poisoning me? Are you trying to kill me?
Wow, that's the first place.
Because I was like, yeah, man, I don't get sick that often, and
Yeah.
she wasn't sick. See, I've been sick and she didn't catch it, so I'm like,
has she given you any Gatorade?
I'm like, are you taking a needle and putting stuff in my Red Bulls, or like, I don't drink Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Red Bull though, sugar free or full sugar?
Full sugar. I can't do sugar free.
Degenerate.
I can't.
I feel like I'm dying if I drink I have to drink sugar free, or
no,
I feel like
can't. Like those fucking vitamin waters.
Yeah.
Don't give me the non-sugar, man. I need the sugar. It doesn't taste the same. And
I like
that
gross taste.
I don't know if I've got like an intolerance, but
Yeah.
I get phlegmy. Like my throat starts to like.
I get that way with full sugar. That's why I don't like full sugar Coke and stuff. I can't drink it because it feels like it's just syrup in the back of my mouth, and I hate that feeling.
No, sweeteners do that to me. Yeah.
Does she give you soup or ice cream?
She eats ice cream, but I don't. And
have you had anything salty lately?
For supper, yeah, but I'm the one who cooks. So the only thing she could get me with is like that I might not notice is maybe what I drink. So
I'm sure she's gonna look back and watch this and be like, "You really had a full discourse of me possibly murdering you."
Well, she
watches a lot. She
watches a lot of those murder shows. She probably knows all the tricks of the trade, you know.
Yeah. You can't get overconfident though, because I always see those are the ones where it's like, I could get away with murder if I wanted to, and then they do it, and it's like, yeah, but now I'm watching your episode of you getting caught. It's stupid.
Yeah. No. Well, she did tell me to start taking pills. So maybe she did something to the pill bottle.
Yeah. Are they like coated pills or capsules?
I usually like the capsules, like the gel cap.
Easier, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have any left. All we have are the coated, which is they give you that aftertaste.
Yeah. Interesting. Joe doesn't eat ice cream due to milk farts.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, that's not the only thing that gives me gas, though. I mean, if I were to avoid foods that give me gas, I probably wouldn't be eating too much anymore.
Oh man, last week I had like a chopped cabbage salad, and I didn't even think about it. And in the middle of the night, my stomach got so like it was like rock solid, and I was like, am I about to have a baby? Like it was like I was like, am I pregnant? And then I remembered that I ate all that, and I don't have a gallbladder either, so it's like all bad. It's all downhill. Yeah. And so I just had to sit like in the most uncomfortable position. I had a heating pad on my stomach. I'm just popping Gas X and Vinos and stuff.
The joys of getting old, eh?
Oh man. and it's like crazy because I'm like, but wait, I'm eating healthy. Like this is healthy. But
yeah, but yeah, you got to be careful. Some things, you know. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. So, what else? Anything else?
No, I guess the pregnant Joker. Taken out of context. That, the Batman, or what is it, the Joker who stopped laughing? The man who stopped laughing. That's been on everybody's feed this week. One of my friends even hit me up and was like, the Joker is pregnant? What does this mean? I'm like, it's clickbait.
Yeah, I saw that they had the whatever it was that you were talking about, and I was like, ugh.
It was just like a dream sequence. Like, it's not even. Come on.
Like, I was like, can I click past this? Like, scroll past it fast enough?
Whoa, Mel. And listen, I don't want to get too political on the channel, but I will say that please believe I'd be the first one at the clinic. I am having no more kids. I would be express lane Planned Parenthood. No, thank you. I'm
You're
good.
good in your state?
I'm
You don't have
good.
to worry about that? Okay.
I'm not. I absolutely will not have any more kids. I refuse.
Well, you're a quick drive up to Canada. No, how far are you from the border?
Oh, it's legal here still.
Yeah.
It's legal. And please believe I keep a stack of Plan Bs. I'm not having no more kids.
They're like candy. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the condom didn't break. I don't give a shit. I ain't taking no chances.
Yeah, that pregnant Joker stuff was so, and what makes it even worse, it's like it's easily a joke that it's not, it's like it's such like a gag, like a classic cartoon gag where you have like a pregnant guy or something, or role reversal. It wasn't even, and it was stupid. It was, if you read the actual backstory, it's like so silly and very much comic booky. It's not it's like pays dues to like classic little like jokes and inane stuff in older comics. It's not that deep. Yeah, no. The pregnant Joker. Yeah. Oh, you thought I was foreshadowing it? No, I wasn't. I thought you were trying to imply that I was foreshadowing. And that's not it for me. The only baby I'm delivering this year is gas babies, because I do plan on having another cabbage salad. I just gotta plan it out better, like maybe mix some protein in there or something.
There you go. Yeah. And I've been noticing you've been posting a lot of pickle pics.
Oh, I love pickles though.
Yeah.
Pickles
the extra pickles
yes.
on your burger sandwich? Jesus Christ.
When I make burgers at home, I have a rule, like I need a pickle per bite at least. So
Okay, so you like slice them up and do a whole row of pickles, like
yeah, because every bite has to have a pickle in it. I love pickles, and then I just started eating like I love pickled onions. Like I love pickled
pickled onions are good.
Yeah,
red onions there with the red wine vinegar and a little bit of honey or maple syrup.
I love like
use
kimchi.
That, mix it, cut it up, and mix it with red cabbage.
Yeah.
And then you put that as like instead of coleslaw in a sandwich or in a burger. So good.
Then there's like the Haitian like pickles. I just love pickled stuff. Yeah. And so but usually where I live, there's not a lot of different like diverse options unless you pickle stuff yourself.
Okay.
But just recently I'm starting to find like more like different kinds of pickles around me. So I've been eating a lot more pickles. But my favorite food right now are cucumbers. And my kids hate it. They're like, they hate the smell of cucumbers for some reason.
Oh.
And I don't get it.
Really? I thought cucumbers smelled fresh, you know?
Yeah, like, I love cucumbers. But no, I eat them in the car. Like, I'll get the little baby ones. Like, I'll just eat them. I don't know. I get, like, food fixations, though. Like, if I find something I like, that's the only thing I'm going to eat. And I can't wrap my head around eating anything else. So I eat it until I get sick of it, and then I never talk about it again. But pickles are like a staple, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a good little, like, anytime you eat a sandwich, throw a couple pickles, and it's a good side.
I love like pickled peppers.
Yeah, baby dills I like the babies. They're more crunchy.
Uh-oh. Yeah, for sure. I usually get the baby. Yeah, the baby bell peppers.
Because the bigger ones, sometimes they're like more soggy. Mm-hmm. Like they're really soft often, but the baby dills often they're super crunchy, and that's what I like. You like that crack and that crunch when you bite into it.
I just started eating English cucumbers. They're so much better than regular cucumbers.
Yeah, they got more crunch to them.
Yeah, and they less wax.
yeah.
But
less seeds.
Yeah.
The seed part is more.
And it's funny because like my husband, I told you he works in produce now.
Yeah.
And so he was like telling me, he's like, you just got to be careful when you buy those because sometimes the mold will be in the ridges. And I'm like, thanks for ruining English cucumbers for me.
Just wash them. That's all.
Let me just go into it blind. But I usually eat them with like feta and like some other stuff. But the last time I like got this giant tub of feta and I brought it home and I took this big bite and it didn't taste right. And I looked and it was like all molded. And I was like crying. I was like, it was in my body. It was in my body.
My mom has a thing about she, we like cheese. You cut the mold off around and you just keep eating it. My mom's like, no, As soon as she sees like even the littlest speck of mold,
Mhm.
garbage. The whole brick, garbage.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the same way. But the thing with feta is like,
Yeah, it's in the liquid and everything.
it's like,
So
and it's like not only that, but I'm like, I've never ever in my life gotten like not fresh feta. So it didn't even occur to me to check it
to check.
before
Yeah, because
I.
it's in the brine, so it's very rare. Yeah.
And yeah, he said, "Damn, Elle, you were hungry and went at it." I was like, I was starving. That it was like a couple weeks ago, and I just sat there like, just disappointed in life because I'll tell you my food fixations. Like it was not pickles, but baby cucumbers and with feta cheese and the pickled onions, and I just be snacking on that all day long. And so to not have that critical component, disappointed. I ended up using 𝐬𝐿𝐴, which is a lot more crumbly, and I still like it, but it's also a lot more salty. So, but yeah, I think feta and 𝐬𝐿𝐴 are probably my favorite cheeses. This is a comic book
feta's
show.
Good. Yeah, feta's good.
Yeah. Yuck.
I dig feta.
And then just recently we realized that we're a 12-piece chicken family, not an 8-piece anymore.
Oh, the kids are getting older.
Yeah, my son, he was.
Yeah.
And he loves hot sauce too on his chicken. And then
you might have to cut back your comic budget now that your kids are getting older.
Oh, my comic budget is like 0 right now.
Yeah.
I have like one last pull with Sergio of just lovesick stuff, and then after that, like I'm out the game. Like I'll probably still get store exclusives from a couple places, and I'll probably stick to either digital or trade weight for the bigger stuff. But so, yeah, no.
Is it a combination of like budget and space?
I definitely don't have any more space. I definitely don't. It's not even like if I worked it into my budget, I could probably keep
manage. Yeah.
But also, I feel like doing a weekly show, like it's so cut pace sometimes that it's like I don't get to enjoy physical copies a lot of the times.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So it's just easier to read a digital.
Yeah.
So, but I do, and also like I'm trying to like I have so many books. Like my bookshelves are full of like novels too, and it's just like and actually the last 2 years I'll say I went so hard on comics. My books have all been neglected. I have so many books I haven't read. So I would like to get back into
caught up on a lot of those. Yeah. I started doing the audiobook thing. Like at work, I just put in my earbuds and a lot of biographies, like for bands and stuff like that. So giving that a try, but it's expensive. The subscription to audio.
Yeah.
I was surprised. It's like $17 a month Canadian.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
One time, maybe like a year ago, I didn't realize that we were subscribed to it. And I logged in because I knew I had other books I had gotten during the free trial. So I was like, oh, let me go back and listen to these. And then it said, oh, you have 16 credits. So for almost a year and a half, I had been paying for this, not realizing that I was paying for it. And so I think my husband ended up using them for like Sandman, other stuff.
Oh, the audio Sandman book? Yeah. Okay.
But for me, I usually do podcasts, murder podcasts, non-murder podcasts, crime.
Yeah.
Usually Comedy Bang Bang is my favorite podcast, but...
Oh, they have a podcast on there for them?
Yeah. Like, they're 13 seasons, 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my favorite, but... Audiobooks, I did a couple last year. Like, I listened to The Silent Patient and a couple other things, but it has to be like I have to get a feel for the narrator.
Yeah. Sometimes, I got one and I wasn't digging the voice.
Yeah.
But I find like biographies, it's not quite the same because it's not like they're trying to convey a story. They're actually talking about things that actually happened. So it doesn't. I find it a little easier. Like there's one I tried to do like a horror book with Amityville or some shit, and I was like. I didn't like the narrator. I was like, doesn't seem spooky with the way they're telling the story or reading it. Or I was like, So.
Penthouse is a great listen on the audiobook. I'm sure. Oh, I downloaded this app because I thought it
That's
was.
all you hear in the background, you know.
I downloaded this app. I think it's called like Quinn, because I thought it was like original audio stories. Like I didn't realize that it was like all erotica. And so I downloaded it and I get like the 7-day free trial or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I'll just put on this book. Tom Doherty was the narrator on it. So I'm like, oh, I'll listen to this. And then quickly I realized the theme in all of these stories, there's a lot of fucking. And then I go out of the app and I'm like looking at the categories and I said, oh, this is a masturbation app. This is a guided thing app. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going to be paying for this, but I was also invested in the what is it called? Like the inventor's assistant. I said, I wanted to know what they were building. Besides the relationship, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, why'd she need this job so bad?
Yeah.
The articles and the advertisements.
So yeah, I was taken aback because I got 3 months for $1 a month.
Yeah.
And then forgot to unsubscribe, so I had all these credits. Like you said, I was up to like 6 credits or something, and I was like, and I didn't see, like, I'd get an email saying, oh, your payment to whatever. So I was like, oh, I was curious what the regular price was. So I went and clicked on it. I was like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like I had all those credits, so I would buy like books with the credits that I thought would make me feel smart, like the you know, like the real educational thick ones, and then I would put it on. I'm like, why did I lie to myself? Why didn't I get more smut and less history?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to unsubscribe because I haven't used up all my credits, and I'm wondering if I unsubscribe, do I lose those credits?
Oh no, because you already paid for them, yeah.
Okay, so I'll have those credits no matter what. So I can unsubscribe and still use those credits.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'll unsubscribe.
But also Google that before you do.
Yeah. You told me a fucking. Yeah. Because they're pretty vague on all that stuff. Like when you try to look for like unsubscribing, like don't act like no. That's one thing I hate about all these fucking streaming and subscription things. Sign up, and you click, it brings you right there, super easy. Then when you go to unsubscribe, you got to dig through like fucking. Oh man,
every month.
Like a needle in a haystack. Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
Every month on the 1st, that's me logging on to Savage, Fenty, and Yiddy. I'm always like, skip month, skip month. To the point where I'm just like, why don't y'all just cancel me? Y'all know I'm not going to shop here again, but I'm too lazy to call the number to cancel my membership too.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. On Savage and Yiddy and all these places too, I don't know if they have like my IP blocked or something too, because it won't. I have to go like, I have to use mobile data to access the websites because my personal life, they're like, nah, because we know you just gonna make a new account to get the discount. And I said, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't want to pay full price.
Yeah.
But that's me. I'm guilty of that. And one time, like, it was like, I think you have until like the 5th to skip, and it was like the 5th towards the end of the day, and I could see the payment pending, and I called and I said, oh, can you please reverse that payment?
Yeah, I got caught on a stupid. I got something like for the year membership, it was $30, and usually it's like $89. And then because they had a deal like that, so I went with my other email to subscribe to get that deal because it was only to new subscribers. And I canceled my other one, and I canceled one, but I forgot to cancel the other. And just before Christmas, your payment to I can't remember what it's called, the Athletic, just got renewed, $89. I was like, fuck. Fucking $89 down the toilet, and I barely even go on that site to read articles anymore. So I was like, son of a bitch.
Well, look, you got a whole year to get back into it.
Fuck that. I went and canceled, then I went and canceled it right away. I was like, so I have a year of it again, but that was always.
They try to get me with the New York Times because I do the crossword puzzle on the app every day. And they, you know, if you pay $1, then you can unlock all of this. And then all of a sudden, they raise their prices. And I said, okay, then cancel. And it was like a 20-minute phone conversation for a $1 crossword subscription. I said, just let me go. Just let me go.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. And look, they canceled my subscription, but the app still works like it did before when I had the membership. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm never updating. I'm never deleting the app.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
It's been real.
Yeah.
We've had the thanks for watching banner on for 30 minutes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This whole episode, I had it on since the beginning.
That's tuned in. Like, thanks for watching. We're gonna go off any minute now.
So just to reiterate, I believe that Black Cloak is our cover drop read for next week. Yep. And we'll also be talking about Blackula, not to be confused with Whitechilla. That Renfield trailer looks so good. I cannot wait to see that movie. And then postponed House of Nerdies 2022. We'll get back to you
when Sergio's back on his feet proper.
Yeah. When he gets back on his feet. When his eyes clear up.
Yeah. When the screen doesn't blind him.
All right.
Have a great Sunday, everyone.
Oh, wait. You know what? I think we do have... I don't think the outro has intro. Oh, I could still do that. There's no audio.
There you go. There you go.
Aww,
enjoy your Sunday, everyone. Bye.
I'll let him know. Psych. No, I'm just kidding.